Built in 1940, R.A.F Bodney was primarily a satellite airfield serving RAF Bodney until it was assigned to the 352nd Fighter Group of the United States Air Force in July 1942. During this time, the group, under command of the 67th Fighter Wing of the 8th Fighter Command, flew hundreds of escort missions from this site to immobilise German aircraft factories, V-weapon sites and submarine pens across the English Channel. As the war drew on, P-51 Mustangs were introduced to help with the air offensive over Europe, their livery featuring easily identifiable solid blue cowlings and rudders, which initiated the name, Blue-Nosed Bastards of Bodney. These fearless young Americans and their even fearsome aerial war machines supported the invasion of Normandy in June 1944 by strafing and dive-bombing dozens of enemy communications. It was during this time that a fully fueled P-51 Mustang piloted by Lieutenant Robert Frascotti accidentally crashed into Bodney's main control tower during takeoff, killing several people. Shortly after this incident, the tower was demolished and rebuilt on the opposite side of the airfield where it still stands today. Today's investigation will focus in and around the remaining tower, its outbuildings and adjoining woods. Will Lieutenant Frascotti make his presence known to our resident psychics? And do the stirring echoes of war continue to resonate within the derelict walls of Bodney Airfield? Our investigation took place on an unusually mild evening in October, beneath the eerily bright glow of a full moon. We were once again joined by several members of the Spirit Norwich team who were invited along to offer their help and psychic abilities to proceedings. While setting up our cameras and assuming positions for the evening, Juliet, one of Out There's resident psychic mediums, felt the presence of a desperate man in one of the downstairs rooms.
Okay, basically we were setting up in a room and I started getting sensations in my stomach, like discomfort. Yeah, okay. My EMF meter is spiking at the moment. We've had various readings, fluctuating readings when we've been picking up on a male presence in this room. We've picked up on a possible suicide in this room. And basically every time I've asked a question, my EMF meter has been spiking. Use my energy. Thank you, John.
She's clicking as well.
Thank you, John. What happened to you here, John? Was it suicide? Make the equipment climb if it was a suicide, so we know. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, John. You've just verified it was a suicide. Would you like us to help you in any way? I know you're here, John. I know you're here. It's okay. He's getting stressed. It's okay, we're here. Do you want us to help you? You want us to help you? Okay.
As it seemed the spirit of John was more than willing to communicate, we invited Jules, Lisa and Jono from Spirit Norwich to give their psychic view on why he was so eager to let his presence known.
His energy, it's almost like he has to build energy and then he steps back and then it comes forward and comes back.
A lot of people in the room now, so either that's not helping or it's really helping and making him feel better. I don't
feel quite dizzy now. I'm starting to feel a bit sort of woozy.
Yeah,
that's feel really calm.
do you? Yeah.
I'm going to come out
When
of
I
the
first
energy.
walked in, I picked up on
You
a
feel
kind of
okay?
yeah, I feel fine. When I
There we go.
When I first walked in, it was kind of like a feeling of tension, a feeling of anxiety, but I think I was picking up on you and Lisa. I haven't picked up on anything in here, personally. That doesn't mean to say that there isn't.
Okay, well, everyone's flipping out inside and weird things that they can sense and that. I've come out to the sort of quiet bit where these sort of semi-ruined buildings are, just have a look about and see what's here. It's really quiet. The sort of full moon adds a really sort of eerie atmosphere to what's going on out here. They've picked up some things in the control tower. What's going on, I have no idea. They've sort of come in and it's all kicked off. And I've come out here for a bit of peace and quiet more than anything else because I really don't like it when it happens like that. We'll see if we can get something organised and get some experiments going, but I think it's going to be one of those nights tonight, unfortunately.
I'd say I don't really feel anything at the moment.
I think it's died down a bit.
It's died down, but he's
But what I
still...
was sensing was kind of like this chaotic energy.
Yes.
And I wanted to say that, because what I was seeing in my mind's eye was this kind of person trying to get my attention by sort of doing this, but like shouting at me on
Yes.
this side, and I didn't know whether that was some kind of like, if this person had like some kind of mental health problem that he went through. I want to put this gentleman, he's, you know, I feel slim in build. I see obviously sort of unshaven facial hair, kind of like Phil. Quite young,
Yes.
I'd say sort of mid-30s, early 30s, something around there. Brown hair, 5'9" to 5'11".
Okay, John, if that is your name, and we haven't been able to establish this at the moment, what you're actually doing at the moment is affecting my colleague and making her feel sick. So I'm going to ask you just to step your energy away from her a little bit, because you've obviously come too close to her. So if you just step that away from her, and instead use that energy to then try and communicate with us.
He's doing that frustration.
I have to say, I'm not actually picking up on anything in here. When I walked in, I felt the energy, and that I could have literally been picking up on you guys, because I felt as though you guys were quite stressed. So,
I don't feel anything at the moment, but when I was tuning in into what I was seeing,
Right,
but I don't
yeah.
feel there's an energy here.
I don't
feel
that's,
that
but that's
tension.
personal. I don't
No, I agree with you on that.
See, I still feel quite heady.
Yeah, he's still here. I'm
yeah.
still picking up that he's here, but he's not.
I've got a
screaming
pain.
and
I've got a
carrying
pain
on.
in my left side of my head.
Whilst the rest of the group headed back outside for a quick coffee and cigarette break, Juliet and Kelly decided to have another go at contacting the spirit thought to be named John.
I'm going to have to leave this. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for doing this and showing us this. I know that took a lot of energy. Thank you so much.
So we made our way to the bit in the woods. Something really feels weird here. I think it's something in the back of my mind which is telling me that you've got I was in the background someone. What the fuck was that? Might be pheasants. Probably bloody MOD, innit? We continue to investigate the woods, the area littered with broken roof tiles, bricks and spent ammunition shells. After hearing talking from within one of the derelict buildings, Juliet decided to march off into the darkness to find out who, or what, was making the noise. It might be soldiers. Not funny. We're through the wood bits. The birds are going ballistic at the moment. We've just seen flares and stuff, so obviously there's training going on at the moment with explosions. I've just walked through a massive cobweb. We've just parked it really. I think we're going to regroup by the cars if we need to make a sharp exit. Whew. It's more scary because of people really than it is of ghostly happenings and hauntings. Following our late night jaunt through the woods, and a few scares later, we decided to regroup outside the main control tower overlooking the old runway. It was here we caught up with Jono to find out his thoughts on the investigation so far.
Earlier on, I was sort of picking up what it's difficult to explain, but basically like a pressure headache, and but it's very mild. Earlier on I was picking up on this kind of like a feeling of anxiety. That might just be because I'm just adjusting to the energies here at the moment. I'm not picking up on any particular person at the moment, although I do feel in the background there is this male energy that I was picking up on in the top of that building, which we'll try and connect with again a bit later.
As the evening continued, we once again split into two groups in order to cover as much ground as possible during the investigation. This time, it was Spirit Norwich's turn to make their way into the woods, whilst Nigel, Alison, Juliet and I took position on the first floor of the derelict control tower.
Try and make that meeting move again.
John, come forward.
Is he here?
He's here, but he's relaxing to come forward. It's like he's watching. I haven't introduced myself to you. My name is Juliet. This is Nigel here. That's Alison on the floor, and that's Phil over there. And we've just basically come to try and make contact with you. Okay, who's here? He's standing 2.5 metres in front of you. He's just standing. He's standing there. Thank you for coming forward, John. Just for these guys, can you please affect some of the equipment in here so we can validate that you're in here with us, please? Thank you. Can you do that again for us, please? Can you really make it climb? Make the number increase for us? So we know that you're here. Okay.
John, I'm sorry to ask this of you, and I know it's probably draining your energy. energy, but
Yeah, he's done it.
up.
Thank you. You've made that rise. Thank you very much.
Steady fall.
That really is appreciated. Thank you.
Back down to 3.
Yeah.
4 again.
Okay. I think he's trying to.
Doesn't seem to have the strength to be able to do a lot.
No,
It's very small movements, but
I think he's building.
can you move back again, Jules?
Yeah, sure.
Let's see if it's on you. See if it's on the shadow.
Is he walking with me? Are you following me? I don't mind if you want to walk with me, that's fine.
You haven't got a torch on that, have you?
No.
Shit. Can you move back across towards that door again? Somebody threw a shadow against that wall.
Yeah, he's around.
You defocusing my camera? Can you put my camera back on, please? Oh my god.
He's getting stressed. Okay.
Something behind us there.
He's starting to build up, I think. He's getting a little bit anxious.
Okay, we had small bits and pieces up here. It's moved the meter. It's gone from 3 up to 5. It's steady at 4 now. I think we caught a weird shadow on the wall and heard a knocking sound as well. No idea what it was. Seemed to come from behind me. We're going to move downstairs and see if we can pick anything up down there now.
As this particular area seemed to be producing 1 or 2 strange occurrences, we decided to extend our vigil within the control tower in the vain hope of capturing a little more than just camera blur and EMF fluctuations. Okay. Oh.
What are you getting? It's okay.
Something's tugging on my arm. If that's you, that's just been tugging on my arm. Can you please do it again? There isn't.
I just saw something flit behind you, Nigel. Outside. Outside, I just saw something flit very quickly. Through the window.
Okay, come on then. You're outside. It'll show you.
Well, it's the thing, I think we're dealing with more than one here. Somebody walking on outside, but there's still an energy in here.
Outside, join you.
Okay. I think we're in this corner now. We seem to be moving from corner to corner.
If there's somebody here in this atmosphere with us, can you please touch one of the 4 people in this room? Unfortunately, there's only one person here who can actually see you here or feel you here. The rest of us can't. We're just here to try and find out whether you do exist and you are here. Can you please touch one of the members of the party? Can you make a noise?
What's that? The hell was that?
What was that? Thank you very much. If that was you, can you please do that again for us?
Where'd that come from?
It was behind you, Marge. Thank you very much. If that was you, can you please do that again for us?
Where'd that come from?
It was behind you, Marge.
If that was you that just made that noise, that bang noise, can we ask you to do that again so we know that it is you and not just a natural occurrence? Can you please make that bang again? Just like to apologise to the viewers at home for my Joey Essex haircut. That's all.
It's a 4. We're up to 5.
Did it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
like that. Come on. Do that again. Only do it this time when I'm filming it. Come on.
Come on, can you raise the number for us, please?
I'll do that number again for us.
It was only during the editing of this video that we noticed audible propeller sounds in the background of this footage. None of the team present recall hearing them during the investigation, although they are present on the EVP recordings too. Could it have been the sound of a ghostly P-51 Mustang coming into land? Or was it something a little more down to earth, like a motorbike tearing through the country roads a mile or so away?
Can you raise that number up to 5 for us, please? Can you raise that number up to 5 for us, please?
Our final vigil took place in a long room to the rear of the building on the ground floor. Upon inspection, it seemed to have once been a dining hall or crew mess. Now, though, it was littered with old bottles, twisting ivy branches, and the remains of a long-deceased pheasant.
Does anybody want to call out for
Okay, is everybody here in this room with us now? Can you make yourself known? We're not here to do you any harm, we just want to actually communicate with you. You can touch a member of the party, you can make the meter in the middle move, or you can talk into one of the devices with the red lights on. My name is Nigel, and we'd like to know your name. Can you tell us your name?
Okay. I'm picking up somebody at the moment. I'm not sure if it's male or female, peering at us from this window pane here. Okay, here. Peering outside looking in. I'm not sure if that's possible, is it? Because they can't.
This session concluded our night at R.A.F Bodney. During the evening's investigation, we managed to capture quite a number of strange shadows, loud audible bangs, and the sound of propellers on our cameras. Did our resident psychic tune into the ghosts of World War II, or are those cold, dark rooms of this fascinating place as empty as the thousands of spent ammunition shells strewn across the site? Until next time, goodbye.